feel like I'm about to sound like an idiot, but I honestly feel like you can't teach music production, and I feel like that has been justified just from something that I've like watched, just because it also, right, the amount of elements that it actually takes. You know, I feel like it doesn't take like a crazy amount of elements to maybe be really good at mixing, maybe really good at mastering, uh, making a song like with the lyrics, but to produce, right, to arrange everything. I just feel like you gotta know how it should sound, what you want to be heard. Um, Maybe you don't have to be a master arranger, but it's just like you're gonna want to know, like you're gonna produce that story. You know what I'm saying? All these elements that like are put together, and it's just like I think it's fun. At the end of the day, it's something I want to get better at. And I've realized in some cases where some things about me, you can't teach it. To be honest, I don't think you can teach how to produce. If I already didn't say that, because I think everyone has their own thing that they can produce from themselves. What happens is that, in my opinion, is that they start to try to figure out how they can produce, and they start becoming a clone of the person they start to watch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, all that potential that they were about to go down their route, they ended up kind of holding hands with someone else. You kind of got the identity of your sound. It now kind of sounds like someone else's sound, and it's just like, the producing alone. I think is just, it's not about like, you know, maybe the hardest hitting drums and maybe what time the snare hits and stuff like that. It has something to it that has the case, melody and stuff, but I really think you're trying to not only produce something from yourself, but I almost feel like you want to you want something to be produced from like who's listening in a way. You want them to you want like it that maybe that doesn't make any sense, but it's just like what's the final conclusion of it all, right? You feel me? And if I already didn't say it, it's like when you really think about it, there's like you can go on YouTube and watch a video how to make trap beats, boom, right? You can watch infinitely more shorts that are very much more short, and boom, they'll have the trap beat at the end of the short, and they all sound fire if you really think about it. Very easy, popular genre. Yet, when you think about it, no one's really popular, even though their videos are going like viral. I think maybe some people are, especially when they upload stuff to YouTube. Not necessarily me. I mean, I've uploaded other things to different platforms. Like a TikTok, I've got 10,000 followers on, like talking about just spiritual stuff. I don't even upload TikTok anymore. But stop doing that for like a year plus. You feel me? It's like, what are you actually trying to do? What's the purpose, the goal of it all? Right? Do you really want to invoke emotion? Do you really want to create an escape? Or do you just want likes? You feel me? You're just trying to be lit, you know? Um, and when I look back and reflect, it's like, boom. Okay, I used to go to like the gym when I was in high school for fun. You feel me? I wasn't doing it for the muscles. I wasn't doing it for the attention. I did it for fun, right? Hang out with my friends, and it's just like, okay, yeah. Then I started to get attention, right? And it's just like you have to kind of understand that like there's going to be a lot of byproduct of trying to go down this journey of producing what's from you, and it's just like along the way you might get lit. You feel me? Females, parties. Who knows? You might get popular, right? Along the way, like you might get rich, this, that, and the third. But it's just like you have to do it in a way. Who are you? The identity of your sound, and yeah, there's fundamentals, all that sort of stuff. You feel me? There's things that work. All right. I mean that is with a lot of industry level producers would even say, judging from the videos and stuff like that, there are things that work, but it's just like how can you make it work for you? Maybe how can you be unconventional? And it's just like I wish that I understood certain things earlier, because like when I first started, it's just like I had ideas, and I had ideas with the sounds that were given, and it's just like each sound can produce just something totally different in my opinion. But the thing is that when you start to look up stuff, when you start to hold hands with that YouTube producer, you start to lose your ideas, and you've gained their formula, basically. And it's just like when you boil everything down to an algorithm, to a formula, to like a workflow that you think is going to work every single time, you're going to lose your intuition. You're going to lose your idea. You're going to lose your identity. And it's just like, if there's anyone that's getting into music, it's like I would suggest, and this is something that you just maybe just keep working on music, right? Just do what you think is good, right? I don't know the right videos to look up fundamentally or anything like that. I would say just look up how to make a chord, understand scale. I mean, I would say basically it's like theory. You shouldn't do anything that's technical, right? Figuring out how to make a melody is technical in a way because you're gonna do it every single time, like the same time every time, I believe. But if you know how notes work in relation to the chords and scales, then melodies are like a totally different thing now. You know what I'm saying? Melodies are a totally different thing when you understand how sounds sound with other sounds, right? In terms of the timing that there is, right, with the rhythm or something like that. Maybe that doesn't make any sense. Maybe I sound crazy, but it's just like it's like you want it to be free. You know what I'm saying? You want it to flow out of you, and it's just like, me saying all that makes it sound like I'm like, you think I'm the best. I'm not. But it's just like I know that is the solution, and I just need to reach it. I need to keep walking down that path. I've actually stopped listening to a lot of music, just because I don't want to be influenced. But there's still things to learn, by the way, from industry beats on maybe how the hi-hats are coming. Like, basically, I don't even want to say when the hi-hats are coming in or when the snare, like, maybe when there's low energy or more energy. You know what I'm saying? You listen to how the story is told, right? The other day, when I first heard, and by the way, I don't know how long the song has been out. When I first heard that song by Billie Eilish of right, dude, that was the most beautiful melody I ever heard. What? I heard the end of that song. I was like, that sounds amazing. That's awesome. You feel me? I think pop, like melodies and beats, there's just something that, like, whoever produces those people, hey, shout out to them. Right? I wish I was on that level. And it doesn't have to be anything difficult, but it's just like, the synth, just the ear candy they add in it, the keys, the plucks. It's just like, it's not just a brick of sound hitting you. It's nice, right? And it's just like, I think sound is evolution. It has to constantly change. And, I've started out one way, and then I just ended up trying to do everything how everyone else does. But I'm gonna stop talking. My neighbor's kind of loud.